Hello, everybody, and welcome. And Landon, what do you call a mentally ill loner who lives in a society that abandons him and treats him like trash?
What?
A Snyder fan. My name's Darien.
My name's Landon.
Today, we got a plethora of stuff for you. We got Marvel, we got DC, we got games. You name it, we got it. Let's talk. Landon, this has been a heck of a week. How you?
Yeah, big week for DC.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Is this the first one of the rare times DC has more?
No. Marvel always has more news, but it's less major than
Well,
DC's.
I meant like major was.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, cherish this moment here for a minute.
I know this will never ever happen. Well, it will happen again when he announces the rest of Chapter 1.
With the Chapter 2.
And the rest of Chapter 1, whatever that'll be.
And Superman Legacy getting better reviews than Kang Dynasty.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine?
Hey, I'm not going to...
I wouldn't rule it out. A lot of people will go see
I ain't going to rule
Superman.
it out.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week. Been constantly monitoring the YouTube channel. I don't know. Ever since we hit that 1K last week, just kind of sent me into a spiral of just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is crazy. Oh, it's still going up.
Yeah, I know. That's great. I saw our Avengers retrospective. That did really good.
Yeah, it did. Let me see where it's at right now. 97. We do have one dislike. Who is that? Leave a comment. Let us know.
Yeah.
We'd like to talk to you. That's probably it. Spillman joined us on there. You guys can go check that out. Along with Arkham Files Season 2 episode about Ra's al Ghul is on there as well. Ready to go ahead and get into the bulk of this news?
Yes.
All right. First up here, a little reminder, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is now streaming on Disney+. I have, since it came out Wednesday, I've watched it once. Again, I rewatched it. And I got to tell you, this movie's worth a rewatch, man. I liked it better the second time around. I thought Namor, I can't. Okay, I just can't even put into words how good of a character he was.
Yeah, I
just chill.
From what I haven't done a rewatch yet. I will, because my dad, dad kind of wants to see it, and I'm interested. It was really good to get rewatch.
It was. I
nervous because I watched the first Black Panther and I loved it, and then I did that whole rewatch, and I'm just like, ooh, it didn't hit home as it did.
This movie to me hits home the second watch still, because it's still what I remember it being.
Yeah.
The first time around, and it's like, and now I picked up on a few more things. Like I pay more attention to some side storylines with what's her name, Julie Louis-Dreyfus's character, Val, and Everett Ross, and that kind of world building that's going on with like the government's trying to go into Wakanda. They want the vibranium, and there's all kind of, that's like setting up future stuff. And I pay more attention to that, and I picked up immediately on the fact in the movie that she said that her and Everett Ross were married, when in the first time I watched it, I didn't know that until like the very end when they mentioned it for like a second time. So that shows to show you that you missed some things on your first rewatch, or your first watch.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Namor still, fantastic villain. Not even the villain, antagonist.
Yeah. Everyone who acted in that movie did such a incredible job. It's not even fun.
Yeah. And just rewatching also that scene with Queen Ramonda talking to Okoye in the throne room, and she has that whole, her monologue or whatever with the "my entire family's gone" thing.
Yeah, have it's
chills.
awesome.
I got chills. I gotta say, I love that movie. So I definitely recommend a first time watch if you haven't watched it yet, if you didn't get around to it, or a rewatch if you saw it in theaters and want to watch it again. But yeah. I thought I'd mention that out there. That concludes all of Phase 4. Besides Spider-Man: No Way Home is on Disney Plus now.
Spider-Man No Way Home's on Disney Plus?
No, all besides Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, I was like, I did not hear about this.
No, it's not on there. I wish though. Yeah. What's next here? We're not going to spend too much time on this next thing. I thought I'd mention it. Maybe we'll go through just like a little bit. There was a clip for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that came out. I think it was on a talk show. I think that it debuted, I believe.
Yeah.
Because there was a laugh track at one point, so it had to have been. Okay, so we never really talked about clips on here, but I kind of just wanted to point out because it's the first like bit of footage that we've seen of the movie besides like trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
And plus it was kind of funny.
I was talking about
By the Hulk's baby.
The Hulk's baby.
Oh man. And yeah, I honestly don't know why I put this on here, but I just felt like it was something I could touch on. I guess it does confirm the fact that Cassie is a bit of a troublemaker now. Using what did he say? She stole some tech or used some tech for something. I don't remember, but I just wanted to point out also that the clip is out. Anyone can go watch it if they're interested. I heard that some of the leakers that get to like see stuff early somehow, like test screenings, I guess. I've heard nothing but good things about what they've seen of the movie, and this is one of those movies where like I'm really scared I'm gonna get spoiled, and so I muted all keywords of it on Twitter. So I don't want to get spoiled at all on anything, especially this is like the first time Kang's showing up, and I know something crazy is about to go down in this movie. I already know the movie's not going to end happily. I can say that. Yeah,
it's going to leave off on a big cliffhanger.
Yeah, and I don't want to be spoiled on that. Like I was spoiled for No Way Home and Avengers Endgame.
That was your fault. Yes,
actually, it was your fault for the Endgame, but No Way Home was my fault.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. All right. Let's move on here. This is something that happened. I think we could have talked about it last week, but we didn't because I wasn't aware of this fact. Annie Wershing. Now, you're probably wondering, well, this is a gaming thing. Why am I talking about it now?
Yeah.
Not because she is also voicing Tess in The Last of Us game. She also starred in Marvel and Hulu's Runaways, which would make her a Marvel star. So I go ahead and say that she did pass away at the age of 45 following a long battle with cancer.
Yeah, I loved her. I can't over. I don't know. Tess was the most one of the most coolest characters in video game history.
Mm-hmm.
Her death in the game was fantastic.
Yeah,
and the sacrifice she made.
Yeah. She played Leslie Dean in Runaways. I haven't seen Runaways. I know a lot of people watched it, but I don't know what it's about. But I didn't know she played in that, so I thought I should add her on here for this week. Wow. I was surprised. It was surprising, especially it was right towards the beginning of the show starting.
It blew my mind.
Did she get to see episode 2? I don't know. When did she die after or before that? She died January 29th. Mm-hmm. This says. So that was. Yeah. Okay. So she was alive when episode 2 came out.
And I want to bet that you got to test screen a bunch of the episodes as well.
Yeah. That's probably true. Yeah. So yeah, I thought I mentioned that on there. Condolences to the family and friends, and yeah. All right, now that we've sad stuff out of the way, let's move on. Spider-Man No Way Home's extended cut has been added to Netflix in Hong Kong and other regions. Why can't they add it here? Please.
I don't know, Sony.
What's so special about Hong Kong? Huh?
It's Hong Kong.
Sure. I'm curious if they will ever add it to Netflix. Remember that whole thing that went around that said Sony Spider-Man things will be added to Netflix? Morbius got added to Netflix. It was everything that came out in 2022.
Yeah.
This technically did come out in 2022. I mean, the extended cut
Yeah, I mean,
I just feel like they should add it to Netflix because I think all the other Spider-Man movies, Homecoming and Far From Home, need to be added to some kind of streaming service because the MCU is like an ever-growing thing, and more people are gonna. I know some people. My grandma, for example, blew straight through the MCU without watching the Spider-Man movies because she didn't know they were a thing because they're not anywhere on a streaming service, so like in the MCU timeline thing.
I know it sucks because
Yeah.
like,
so you don't get that representation of Tony Stark and Peter Parker's relationship either.
yeah,
You just kind of see bits and pieces.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, because it's not. I mean, it doesn't hit as home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So have the home movie, have the coming movie. It's called the home movies. Yeah, someone call it.
Yeah, not the what you just said. Okay, so yeah, that's my opinion. Kind of, I feel like they should be putting this stuff out. People need to see these movies, especially No Way Home. I mean, that's huge for Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very huge.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's up here next. Marvel Studios' Armor Wars is reportedly eyeing a likely late 2023 filming start. Late 2023. This movie is probably going to be out beginning of 2025 and maybe into 2024, maybe. But I think those movies next year are already taken up.
Okay. Yeah. Imagine. I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm a little focused on 2025 at the moment and how crazy of a year that's gonna be.
It's gonna be a very crazy year. Yeah. We'll get into that a little bit here soon. Armor Wars. I'm ready. I want the War Machine movie. I'm happy it's a movie now. It's not a show. They said the story was too big for a show.
That's too hot for TV. That's what they said.
Yep. That's exactly what they said. It probably is too. War Machine movie. Come on. Ready for that. All right. I got to pull up a screenshot for this next thing. Some Guardians of the Galaxy 3 information. Here it is. All right. Dave Bautista has come out saying that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a storybook ending for Drax.
I don't know why they keep saying this because it's like you're pretty much spoiling.
Well, it's a storybook ending like dying. Let me read to you what he said in the interview, and you'll get maybe then you'll answer that. He said it's hard, but it's time, and it's the perfect exit. We all had those perfect kind of character arcs and such a storybook ending. I constantly relate to the way I finished my wrestling career. I ended it on a storybook note, and I would never go back and tarnish that. And it's the same with Drax. I just got to end it in a perfect way, and I would never sign up for another job as Drax just to get a paycheck. I wouldn't tarnish that, and I won't do it. And he said, I think. Yeah.
Sorry.
He's a good guy. Yeah. He's a good guy. He said, I think, it's weird. I don't know why it's news. I feel like this is my 7th film as Drax and my 3rd Guardians, and it's like our trilogy. And that's kind of what we all signed up for, to do a trilogy. This will be the last version of our Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
No. Yeah. That was Dave Bautista's little thoughts there on Drax. Now, the way he described it, I don't think that seems like he's dying, but maybe he like goes off to live his own life or something, live a new life. I don't know. It just seems something about that just makes it seem like maybe he's not dying. I don't think a storybook ending, a perfect ending for Drax, is him dying a sad death.
Yeah.
I mean, in a perfect world, the perfect ending for Drax was.
I mean, I'm gonna say storybook ending of him dying and him saying the words like "yo." Or I'm not saying him like I'm not
yo,
yo, Peter. No, he'll be all like, he mentions about his daughter and wife. He's like,
is he gonna go? Oh, I'll go see my wife and daughter. Oh,
yeah,
you know
I mean that's a very bittersweet storybook ending.
I'm gonna cry if that happens. I'm gonna cry regardless.
I know it's probably. I mean, that's probably like a terrible written thing I just said, but like,
I mean, that's pretty good.
I think that's gonna be like a theme or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, reconnecting with those you lost, kind of thing. Yeah. We know Rocket's reconnecting with Lila. I think her name is the Otter.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a thing. and kind of reconnecting with his past a little bit, and the whole like what's his name, the High Evolutionary villain.
Yeah.
And Peter reconnecting with Gamora.
Yeah, I'm just
Mantis reconnecting.
Everybody's reconnecting with their family. I mean, we just saw Mantis reconnect with Peter, her brother.
Nebula might get to see Gamora. Well, Nebula already saw Gamora in Endgame. I remember that. Yeah, I think you're about right with that. I just wish you weren't. Okay. Okay, what's up next here? All right. Promo spots for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Guardians 3 are officially set to debut during the Super Bowl. We are not going to be getting a trailer for Secret Invasion at the Super Bowl. Even though we all thought that was happening. We all did. It was supposed to, but it was removed. So I guess they're going to release it at a later time. It is a little bit late. If it's coming out in May, like it said, then it might be just a little bit. I don't know. The Quantumania, I don't expect to see much. Maybe a couple new shots or something, but it's probably going to be everything we've really seen in all the spots that have been coming out, which have been really good. Some of them are actually like on the level of No Way Home's TV spots.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oh yeah.
All the stuff with Kang, I'm just like, man, I'm ready.
Dude, freaking, they go crazy with those TV spots,
and
man.
It's always the same line, but it still gets me every time. It's always like, "You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?"
Oh, heck yeah, you have. I love it.
Yeah. In Guardians 3, I think we'll see new stuff for that, definitely. I don't think it'll be just the same stuff for the trailer. I don't think it's going to be too much, though. It's a little spot. Maybe like some stuff in the trailer, maybe a few new shots, maybe.
Yeah.
I think we might see a little bit more of the High Evolutionary in that, though.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I don't know anything else we would see in it.
Yeah, I can't really. High Evolutionary. Yeah.
I don't think anything else without like spoiling anything, really. I feel like that movie they're going to be keeping a lot to themselves. Maybe like a new joke or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree with it.
Yeah. The Marvels will reportedly, so it's possibly receive a teaser spot during the Super Bowl. It's our first teaser for the Marvels. We talked about this a little bit last week. But now is the chance that it will possibly be, so maybe not. The original rumors also that would be getting something for Loki season 2, which I haven't seen anything about that, so more than likely that's not the case.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because I was looking forward to that. But,
too.
It does come out. It comes out this summer. I don't think no, it would be right if they released a teaser for it. They released a teaser for Secret Invasion like 6 months ago, it feels like.
I feel like the advertisement for that show is probably the strangest thing.
I know I think they released that teaser way too early. I think they just needed something to throw out there, and they used that.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe that show's supposed to come out earlier. I'm not too sure.
That's true. Could have got delayed. Rumor has it now it's coming out in May, but hold that with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
but yeah, the Marvels. I can't think of anything else. I don't think anything else is supposed to be at the Super Bowl though.
Mario movie.
Maybe.
I'm hyped for that, man. Oh god.
There's going to be the trailer for the Flash debuts at Super Bowl. We'll be reviewing that next week.
Yeah, it's in that. I will be. Are you watching the Super Bowl or no?
I will not be able to watch the Super Bowl, sadly. I would like to because I love watching the commercials.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know my dad's happy. He's a huge Eagles fan.
Philadelphia Eagles? They are, aren't they?
Yep.
I'm a Philly fan. You know, I watch Always Sunny. So.
Automatically makes you a Philly fan.
Automatically, yeah, exactly.
That's funny. All right, next up here. Have you heard of Hulu and Marvel's show called Hit Monkey?
I have. I've not seen it, but I have heard of it.
Well, it got renewed for season 2. However, this is the weird part to me and so confusing as to why this is a thing that's happening. It will no longer be branded as a Marvel series.
Wow.
I don't know. How is that even a thing you can do? If this is a Marvel character, then...
Has Hit Monkey become a public domain?
I don't know. I tried to look into it, but I couldn't find anything. Let me see. Hit Monkey. Not Marvel. I'm just gonna look that up, see what happens. I mean, it's a Marvel character, but not okay. Back on Hulu, but not as a Marvel series. It's just so strange. I haven't watched this show either, by the way. Well, Hitmonkey fell under the umbrella of Marvel Television, an offshoot of Marvel that was responsible for shows like Netflix's Daredevil and ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as a slew of animated shows announced for Hulu way back in 2019. Those included Howard the Duck, MODOK, and others. However, around that time, Marvel Television got wrapped up into Kevin Feige's Marvel Studios, and the studio decided to not only make shows that fit under that vision, of the group. Only MODOK and Hitmonkey happened, and MODOK only lasted one season. Hitmonkey was the rare exception. No one knows why, though. But to make sure there's no confusion about it being part of Marvel Studios, Marvel is no longer part of its title. This is what Gizmodo.com says.
Interesting.
It says it follows the Japanese snow monkey who becomes an assassin to get revenge on the crime bosses that murdered his family. Features the voices of Olivia Munn, Jason Sudeikis, Ali Mackey, and Fred Tatasciore. Season 2 will be set primarily in New York City, and Ghostbusters star Leslie Jones is joining the voice cast. Female Ghostbusters, not original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Co-creators Josh Gordon and Will Speck are returning, but there's no word on when season 2 will debut. Yeah. I remember the Howard the Duck show they mentioned was supposed to be written by Kevin Smith, and he was going to use Werewolf by Night in that, but they wouldn't let him because they were making the special. We talked about that at one point back before the special come out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's weird.
That's never heard of that, but I guess
I didn't think something could be rebranded like that.
Yeah, I know. I've never heard of such a thing, but I guess you can do it.
Yeah. This next thing's kind of exciting for me. Personally, I know you said you were a little interested. Marvel Studios has announced "Look Out for the Little Guy," an in-universe MCU Scott Lang memoir that will release in real life.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so this is the book that Scott Lang has in Quantum Mania, and I guarantee there's a whole this is like a physical book, readable. It's got 300 and something pages. Mm-hmm. It's $26.99 for the hardcover, or a Kindle version, which is $14. Comes out September 5th, 2023. And I'm going to read the section here. It says, this is the incredible story of an ex-con turned world-saving superhero. And Look Out for the Little Guy, Scott Lang shares with the world a bracingly honest account of his struggles and triumphs, from serving time to becoming a divorced dad to becoming Ant-Man and joining the Avengers. These are stories of epic battles won and lost, as this everyman turned superhero finally tells all, from the official account of what really happened between the Avengers and Thanos, to how shrinking down to ant size really feels, to the challenges of balancing the roles of hero and dad. Across his many adventures, big and small, Scott has gathered the wisdom of countless amazing experiences into this, the first memoir from a real-life Avenger. Once you learn the unforgettable details of his epic journey, you won't need to be reminded to look out for the little guy. And then in quotes right here, it says, introduces the man behind the hero, and the hero I call friend, Bruce Banner, fellow Avenger.
I'm pretty high. I can't. That's going to be a reoccurring joke in the movie of stuff about his biography.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited. Like that whole Hulk baby scene was hilarious. Am I the Hulk baby?
There better be a whole chapter. I want to read that in this book, but I'm saying there better be a whole chapter about him debating if he's the Hulk's baby or not.
I find it kind of a bit disappointing. I'm gonna be honest with the whole. There's no audiobook.
Yeah, I think. I guarantee. I think that might be a thing they do in the future. That seems like something everyone would want, even though it's a really long book. But I mean, it's 300 some pages. That's a lot.
I don't know. Just pay Paul Rudd to do some voice thing, and
that would be awesome, though. In the MCU, he does have his own podcast. I know that. I don't remember what it was called. I think it showed up in Miss Marvel.
I thought that was. I thought that was Look Out for the Little Guy.
Let me look this up. Hang on. Ant-Man podcast MCU. Miss Marvel. Podcast. The Powered Life is the name of his podcast.
Oh, good Lord.
So it's that, and then he also wrote a book about his life. I'm excited to read. I'm excited to read the MCU from the point of view of Scott Lang.
Oh yeah, the best of it.
Yes.
Oh,
Luis better have like a section in this where he gets to like write his own story.
oh, really?
I said he better. I said he wants it. I said he better.
Oh.
The author on Amazon, if you go on there, it says follow the author, and underneath it says Scott Lang.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, golly.
I'm buying this book. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd say that September 5th for any of you guys who are interested. Harrison Ford. All right. He was on the Colbert Show, late night with, what was that show called? Late Night with Stephen Colbert or something like that.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. And he talks about Captain America 4. And Colbert said, well, contractually, I'm obliged to ask you about one of the next projects you're going to do because you're going to be taking over as Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, replacing the late William Hurt in next year's Captain America New World Order. Can you, Harrison Ford, tell us anything about it? Are you allowed to? Are you allowed to tell us anything? Harrison Ford said, I'm allowed to tell you everything I know. Everything. Ask me anything. Colbert said, where does it take place? He said, I don't know. It has to be something I know. Colbert, something you know. Okay. Ford, because I don't know anything. Colbert, okay. What's the first scene you're in? Ford, I can't tell you because I know. Colbert, you do know that one? Ford, I do know that, but I can't tell you. Colbert, okay, so you can tell me anything you want as long as it's something you don't know? Ford, yeah. Colbert, do you want to just make some crap up about that they won't know? Ford, yeah. Okay, we'll just make something up. Ford, okay. Colbert, all right. So where do you guys meet? Where do you and Captain America meet in the first scene? Ford, at a disco. Colbert, wow. So is this modern or is it a flashback? Ford, no, it's a flashback. Colbert, Studio 54? Ford, yeah, not in the basement. Colbert, what happened in the basement? Ford, nothing. Nothing happened in the basement. Colbert, you're about to tell me your own experiences at Studio 54. I've seen pictures with Andy and Bianca. They're black and white. You rode into the studio on a horse. Ford, that wasn't me. Okay.
Oh, what are they talking about?
So Captain America meets Ross at a disco. Okay. But not really. I don't know. I just thought I'd put that in there because it kind of made me laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, I don't know.
Oh, man. I'm actually kind of excited to see what he does for Red Hulk. I'm surprised he's playing Red Hulk. I can't see his face, the giant Red Hulk. Unless it's going to be like Red Professor Hulk.
Red Professor. That would suck.
It would suck. That'd be terrible. I hope they would do that. Man, but yeah, Harrison Ford, he seems more excited to do this than he did for anything Star Wars. So,
yeah, I mean, he seems like he wants to get away from Star Wars and do like Marvel or Indiana Jones. Because I know, I remember.
I'm fine with both.
Remember, like during like D23, he's like, guys, this one's good. I was like, oh heck, he seemed like pretty hyped.
Yeah, I know he's just always loved Indiana Jones. He says his favorite role. And I think he just got tired of Star Wars. You remember the interview? He was like, "So, were you a Force ghost?" And he was like, "What is that?" What the heck is a Force ghost?
That's a Force ghost. Like he's sick of Star Wars.
Yeah, I used to watch these interviews you do on talk shows, and people would just like nonstop ask him Star Wars questions, and he would just be like,
Yeah, I mean,
Harrison Ford's funny though. He always seems like he doesn't care about everything.
He doesn't. Yeah, it's funny though.
I mean,
he's like. I feel like he does. I mean, obviously he loves the stuff he does. I'm sure he
wouldn't have a career without Star Wars, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he ain't taking any of it for granted. I'm sure he ain't. He's just like, hey, I'm more than just Han Solo. You know what I'm saying? And I totally get that.
He was just on a new show called 19. It's a spinoff to like that. What's that one show? 18.
It's 1863. I think that's what's called.
Yeah. He was in a spinoff of that, or sequel, or something called 19. It's another year, but it's in the 1900s. 1918, I think it may be. I don't know. But
I think it's 1863. I swear that's what it is.
1863 is a show. I mean, look up a sequel to it. Let me just look up Harrison Ford because I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to see what he was in. Blade Runner. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Indiana Jones. So I'm just going to look up Harrison Ford 1923 is the name of the show he's in. It's a Yellowstone prequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a Yellowstone prequel.
Yeah, I was thinking of something about the 18, whatever. But no, it's 1923. and he is in that, I think. And from what I've heard, he seems like he's doing pretty good for it. So yeah, I need to watch it though. Harrison Ford is a cowboy. I mean, come on.
No, yeah, the guy already is,
And he's going to be acting exactly like he does in every other.
Yeah, this just makes it great.
Yeah, he's going to be playing Harrison Ford.
He's just Harrison Ford. That's it.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, what's up next? All right, real quick, this isn't anything important, but I thought it was kind of a nice little tease for Phase 5. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Ant-Man Quantumania writer Jeff Loveness has said that the MCU's Phase 4 was, in quotes, almost a time of relative peace ahead of Phase 5. It seems like they are really hyping up Phase 5 here. And I think I know why. Feige's come out and said that he has heard the backlash about Phase 4. And Phase 4 was underneath Bob Chapek's watch, but now Phase 5 is Bob Iger. And that's why they're spacing out their projects a little bit more. And they're kind of fixing a lot of stuff that went wrong. And from what it seems like, that's the reason they're hyping this up is because they're like, okay, Marvel's getting back to normal again.
Yeah, I know. Which, I mean, people, I think when people say they're like really marveled out, I think a lot of this too is like, well, this is not as good as it used to be. So I'm not really in love with it. I should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And I think stuff's really going to start ramping up Phase 5. I mean, obviously the projects are getting bigger, like the stories are getting bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, you're starting it off with freaking Ant-Man Quantumania. People have called that like an 3. Yeah, and then the Marvels. I mean, Marvels is supposedly a big movie, but I mean, it's not like I'm not that excited. But I'll be honest, I do know.
I'm not hyped for it, but I feel like I have a feeling though it will be better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I can probably agree with that. I do know that movie is going to have the MCU's very first, like, well, not really. It was in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, but an incursion. Where the universes collide or whatever. That's supposedly going to happen in Captain Marvel, the Marvels. And it's going to be our very first in-universe incursion. Which I'm interested to see about. That'll set up more stuff for Secret Wars, which that'll be our next piece of news in a minute. Maybe I'll say that till the end. You know what? I would be mean.
You know what I mean? I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next up here, show that I know you are looking forward to. I am interested in it. Marvel Studios Wonder Man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going around. Bob Odenkirk still rumored to be in it, or being at least wanted by Marvel to be in it.
Yeah.
I guess it's up to him and his schedule if he can. And then, I mean, you got Trevor Slattery coming back in the film. The show. I can't remember much else. I know that the show's about him being a failed actor in Hollywood. Who I guess somehow gets superpowers. But the series is reportedly aiming to begin production by the end of March. So actually next month. Yeah. It's actually crazy. So it's coming out next year. So basically what that means.
Very excited.
Director James Ponsoldt is in talks to direct some episodes of the series. James Ponsoldt. He hasn't done much. He did a thing with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson in 2017 called The Circle. He made the movie called The Spectacular Now, which he's most famous for. The End of the Tour with Jesse Eisenberg and Jason Segel, I think it was. And he did a movie called Smashed, Summering, Off the Black, stuff like that. He's done a decent amount of stuff. Most famously known, though, for The Spectacular Now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that.
He'll be doing some episodes of Wonder Man.
Okay, well, let's see it.
See. All right, we got some Sony information here. Sony Pictures TV Studios president. That's a big title for a person. Now you've been promoted to Sony Pictures TV Studios president. Jeez. Catherine Pope says that their upcoming Spider-Man spin-off shows for Amazon are a, quote, huge focus for the company. No, so we know one. We know there's supposed to be a few. I mean, we know one. It's Silk, and it's being overseen by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm curious if it's a huge focus. Then, I mean, what are these shows? I mean, Silk doesn't seem like a big thing they would be like super excited about putting out. But then, I don't know what the other shows could be. Are they going to be?
I mean, I'm not. I agree. My big deal is, I think I'm gonna give credit to Silk more than me. I know there's a lot of fans of her.
Mm-hmm.
I may not know much, but I'm curious to learn more about her.
Yeah. I want to know. I'm curious what the other shows are. I mean, like, I don't know what else they could do. We also know they have movies coming out. I mean, Craven, Venom 3, Madam Web, El Muerto, if they haven't canceled that. I feel like they did, and they're just not saying anything about it. And they also, I mean, they have those movies coming. And across the Spider-Verse, I mean. I don't know. I don't know who they could do any shows for, really. Hypno Hustler 2 is getting his own movie. I forgot about that with Troy. No, I almost said Troy Barnes. That's his name in Community. Donald Glover.
Yeah,
like him, Troy Barnes. I almost said so many different names. Then I was almost like Childish Gambino, and I was like, no, wait, Troy Barnes. No, Donald Glover. Unless I said Danny Glover, then I'd be like, wait, what? And then I go, wait, sorry, Donald Glover. Sorry, there's a lot of different names. It's like the whole Deadshot, Deathstroke, Bloodshot.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. I thought I'd throw that in there. Next up here, this is interesting to me. Marvel Studios has, quote, tightened up its policy of allowing Disney employees to bring friends to internal test screenings in an effort to prevent MCU leaks, according to producer Nate Moore.
Ooh.
They're tightened up, so they must have some big stuff going on right now if they don't want any leaks happening.
Oh yeah, especially with this. Kane Dynasty around the corner. I mean, it's kind of around the corner. I mean, do you agree with that or no?
When's it come out? 2025 is when it comes out. So, I mean, yeah, about 2 years. I know they're probably right now. I know that they have a script writer, so I mean, the script's probably being written, and they're probably getting ready to. So I guarantee that movie's going to take a while to film. We also have some news regarding its sequel, Secret Wars, which is actually some pretty crazy news. It's the biggest piece of Marvel news, but we'll get into that shortly. Yeah, tightening up. I think it's a good thing. I mean, leaks kind of suck sometimes. Some leaks are good. Some kind of ruin the movie.
Oh no, definitely ruins the movie. But you think your temptation gets the better of you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This next thing's a good piece of news. I think particularly I'm excited. George Cottle, who worked as a stunt coordinator for Black Panther and Spider-Man No Way Home. You know how good the stunts were in No Way Home with the whole like Green Goblin and Spider-Man fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it was some of the best parts in the movie.
Yeah, and he did Black Panther. And the fighting Black Panther was good too. I haven't seen. It's been a little bit longer since I've seen Black Panther than it was when I saw Spider-Man No Way Home. So I'm not 100% sure about every fight scene in that. But the reason I'm saying this is that George Cottle will serve as the stunt coordinator for Deadpool 3.
Oh, okay.
So expect some Black Panther and Spider-Man No Way Home level stunts in Deadpool 3.
Oh yeah, I mean that's. I don't know what you call it, but I don't know. I don't really call it anything, but I mean that's really good news to hear.
I'm ready for that movie.
I really love. I love everything in the movies. So
Deadpool 3 comes out in 2025 too because it got pushed back.
It did.
Yeah, I remember it was supposed to come out in 2024 at the end of the year in November, I think it was, but it got pushed back to 2025 because Blade's taking its spot.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you're right.
2025 next year and 2025 that'd be the years, man.
Years, man.
And we don't even know everything for 2025 for Marvel. We know Fantastic Four, and then we don't know what else is next until it's Kang Dynasty, and what it's after Kang Dynasty.
I mean, what can you really go off by after that?
Yeah, I mean, like after Kang Dynasty, we gotta wait. You wait a year, and then you get Secret Wars. But it was stuff in between that, so we don't know what. Let's see here. I'm gonna skip this next thing. It's reported that a casting announcement for Sentry in the Thunderbolts is imminent. I was gonna go over that and ask like, who do you think will be cast? But I'm gonna skip over it. You guys can let us know in the comments who you think should play Sentry. Next up, here's a screenshot from Daniel RPK about Spider-Man 4. Actually, the next couple things are Spider-Man 4. Let me get it up here. Where is it? There it is. Daniel RPK, notorious and reliable Luger, has said this. As it's been mentioned, Miles Morales will be in Spider-Man 4. He won't be the same age as Peter Parker. He'll be younger. A little bit of time will have passed since No Way Home, from what I can tell. No word on if Donald Glover will be returning as his uncle. We'll have to see.
I'm back and forth in this news because I'm glad that Miles, as long as they don't make him Spider-Man within like the first 3 movies, I'll be okay. I'll be cool with it. But they better not make him Spider-Man. And like,
are you sure? I mean, they made him Spider-Man within 1 game after this first Spider-Man game.
I feel like that's different though, because that's even more hours. A game can go on for like 40 hours.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like him becoming Spider-Man in like in Spider-Man 5 would be too bad, or getting bit at the end of 4.
Getting it at the end of 5, with it being the big thing in 6.
I don't know.
I'm cool with
that. Miles will be in.
I'm glad he'd be in it.
Yeah. Speaking of,
because I want to argue, we haven't even really fully even got Spider-Man from Peter until like just recently.
Also, speaking of Spider-Man 4, Michael Mando will be finally reprising his role as Matt Gargan / Scorpion for Spider-Man 4.
That's good. Finally going to see where that story was going to lead to.
Now, didn't he play in Michael Mando? Didn't he play in? I want to say it's Breaking Bad, but I may be wrong.
Yeah, he's in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. He played Nacho Varga.
Nacho.
Nacho.
Yeah, we saw him in a Homecoming. I'm happy this is happening. I've been wanting him to come back for a while. Also, one of those post-credit scenes that I thought would never go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally getting some Scorpion action.
Yeah, I'm cool for that. I'm down for that, man.
I saw a take earlier, and I actually want to get your opinion on it real quick. It has to do with Scorpion. Someone said that Scorpion is Spider-Man's equivalent of Scarecrow. And actually, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. No, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I saw that take. I just wanted to see if I want to see if you had another opinion.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
Yeah. That was an interesting take. I never really thought about that. I guess you can compare a lot of Spider-Man's villains to Batman villains.
Yeah.
Green Goblin, Joker.
Yeah. Well, I completely agree.
Clayface, and then you got Chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. Or I don't know, Hush would be more Chameleon. I don't know.
Yeah. Hush is Chameleon. Oh, I agree with that.
Let's see what's next. Okay. Dev Patel is rumored to be the frontrunner to play Reed Richards in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie.
Everyone's a frontrunner, it feels like.
Yeah, but this one, I actually would not mind at all. I think I did read that Marvel Studios is looking for non-white actors and actresses for the at least some of the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
And I got that here with Dev Patel, and he looks. I mean, I think I really like him as Reed Richards. He looks the part, and from what I've heard, he can act the part.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm down with it. I'm down for it.
Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, apparently Adam Driver is not interested in joining the MCU, even though they wanted him for Reed Richards, so that has fell through.
Well, that's good news in my book. I don't hate Adam Driver or anything.
I don't think he's the best choice.
It's just no thanks. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're getting more and more news as that movie gets closer. I hope we get some Silver Surfer information soon.
Oh yeah, I definitely can't wait for that.
Yeah, and then the big final piece of news here. I told you I'd save it to the end, and I am. Avengers: Secret Wars. Got a surprise. Came out some information that Avengers: Secret Wars will be split into 2 parts.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're getting Avengers: Kang Dynasty. A year later, we get Secret Wars Part 1, and then we're going to have to wait a little bit until Secret Wars Part 2.
Are you on?
I think this is a it's a good idea.
Good idea.
It makes it different than your like Infinity War Endgame type thing. Like one movie, wait a year, another movie, end. And so this is different. It's not the same kind of structure, and they can focus more if they split it into 2 parts. Then they can obviously not tell the whole story in just one movie, but kind of like really spend their time on these certain things for each movie. And also going with this, that Battle World will be present in the parts, which Battle World in the Secret Wars comics was the world that the universes got thrown into, and they had to fight each other for supremacy.
Yeah.
So Battle World was happening. Battle World was in the newer, it was in the older version of Secret Wars, which it seems like is what they're pulling most of their stuff from.
Yeah.
And that.
I was against it at first. I was like, dang, I gotta watch Kane Dynasty, see what happens at the end of that. Then wait, like how long, like a year or a year?
It's a year. Yeah, it's a year.
Then you gotta wait another year for.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna wait. I don't think we're gonna wait another year for part 2. That seems like too much, because 2027 I think is when Phase 7 starts. Or not Phase 7, but it's probably, I think it does start in the middle of that year. I think 2026 is the bulk of.
I got you. Okay.
But I don't know. I think we'll see. I don't think Secret Wars is gonna last a year between the 2 parts. I think there's gonna be like one part comes out, maybe like 6 months,
and
you get some projects in between dealing with the aftermath.
Oh, okay.
And then you get the big final conclusion with the part 2.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is the Marvel news.
Okay.
DC, big stuff here. But I'm gonna start out with the little stuff and I make you guys wait because I'm mean today. Keanu Reeves has said that Constantine 2. We knew he said that movie's officially happening. He said that the filmmakers are, quote, just starting to try and put a story together. This is a movie I haven't seen.
I haven't seen
Constantine. Either. That's an extra beef. It's on the list, I think. Yeah, I believe in the snot, but that is a movie you definitely do need to review. I would be interested in watching it. I'm currently reading through Justice League Dark right now, and he's one of the main characters of it. So, yeah, I mean, I like Constantine.
I was thinking about the other day. Did we ever do Daredevil?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
I can't remember at all. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, we did not. But we'll get back to extra beef once, fully. Once the Arkham Files finishes. Here we go. The Batman 2 will be titled The Batman Part 2 and will release on October 3rd, 2025. Matt Reeves has described the film as, quote, epic crime saga.
All right, it's perfect, man. I'm very, very excited about this.
This is like some Godfather stuff.
It is.
Godfather in Part 2. He said he got the Batman Part 2. October 3rd, too, which I think is, I was talking to you earlier, and I think that's important for a reason that I can get into real quick. We know Matt Reeves wants to do Scarecrow. He said it, and he said he wants to do a project about Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And what's a better place to introduce Scarecrow than the Batman movie as the villain? Everyone wants him. And then this movie's coming out in October, compared to the first one coming out in March. I mean, Maybe. Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, throw in a. I mean, if they wanted to do like Mr. Freeze, maybe release it in like winter.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, well, I mean, I know some people were worried about the date, but I mean, like, worried about when we're going to get information. I thought we were going to get information this year. It's going to be late this year, but it will happen this year, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You think I'm off with that? I mean,
I think we might get some stuff this year, but they won't start filming until next year, though.
Well, I know that, but like,
So I don't know if we'll get too much. First one, we didn't really get too much information on.
All right,
like while it was getting ready to film and stuff, but by the time it was in the middle of filming, we started getting set photos and videos and all that. Yeah.
I mean, a cast reveal, or I mean, maybe we'll start hearing some more rumors of like, we're supposed to get,
I think they're waiting. They're waiting till the Penguin show finishes, so they're getting ready to start filming that, and that actually kind of leads me to my next piece of news, which is that the Penguin show will be 8 episodes long.
Oh, really?
Yes, so kind of like a Disney Plus. Well, not really. I can say that. Peacemaker is also 8 episodes, or 9. That was 8, right? 8. I think I'm second guessing myself here.
Yeah.
Let me see exactly what Colin Farrell had said, because he kind of described what the show's about. I mean, we kind of already know, but I'll just go ahead and read that. He said it's going to be an 8-part thing around Oz's rise to power, filling that power vacuum created when Falcone was killed. Matt's idea was to have the Penguin show begin about a week after the end of the Batman film. And if it works, if the trajectory is interesting and the audience goes for it, and we do our jobs right, the second Penguin appearance will pick up where the HBO show will end. So, I guess he means appearance in film. So once the show ends, the movie picks up from there. Yeah. I kind of like this movie show that bridges the movie.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
What do you think about do you think we're going to get the hint of the next villain at the end of the show?
I think there's a big chance. Yeah. There's got to be. I guarantee we're going to see a few villains in the show anyway. I mean, Penguin's got to have connections.
Oh yeah. You think? I mean, I heard. I don't know if this is on your news, but we're apparently see Ventriloquist and Scarface.
Yes, I've been hearing rumors that Ventriloquist and Scarface are supposedly going to make an appearance in the show. I don't think it will be a big thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if Penguin has to meet with another member of the Gotham mob, and it's Scarface. And he's like, it's like the super weird scene where you have Scarface sitting there with the little Tommy gun, and then you have a ventriloquist kind of sitting there holding him. Yeah. I think that would be like imagine like they're sitting at a table together, Penguin's on one end, ventriloquist on the other end, and they're just kind of like talking. I think that'd be a really cool thing.
It would be. And I mean, it would be like hilarious, but like it could make Scarface being like one of like the most uncomfortable.
Let's cast Jeff Dunham as ventriloquist.
Jeff Dunham as the ventriloquist.
I mean, he can do it too. He can actually do the voice.
I know.
He can just do Walter's voice from
Walter's voice. I know, honestly. that's all you need to do. I could actually kind of like that. Okay.
I think he should get a real ventriloquist.
A real one? Yeah, I would. I like to see. That'd be cool.
Just like for example, like getting people that are good at what the character does. For example, in the Flash show, there's a character named Ragdoll, and the comics Ragdoll is a ragdoll. Is like his bones are like kind of liquidy. He doesn't really. He can like push his body everywhere. In the show, to perform that, they got an actual contortionist to play him, and so he was like had the whole thing where he would like twist his legs around like all this creepy stuff. It was crazy.
I think they should. I would like. You think Black Mask is in the cards? You think, or
that's it. Roman Sionis could show up. That's true. I didn't think about that either. You got all your mob people who could show up.
Yeah, I'm hyped, man. Because with the mob and all that, like big, like having like respect and like, that's like a big thing. So maybe we're gonna see. Maybe it's like a funeral for Falcone or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You see like Black Mask there and all that.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Penguin currently has no release date, but has since started filming in New York and most likely debut in 2024. I'm ready.
I'm hyped, man.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I've been kind of like back and forth on it. Like, not that I was thinking it was gonna be bad or anything, but I don't know. Now just talking about like all the possible new guests can come in. Plus, I rewatched the Batman recently.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So
oh man, it's so good.
This says here,
like the opening scene is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It says here that I forgot Sophia Falcone, daughter of Carmine Falcone, is going to be in it. So she's going to be a player that's trying to take back over. So yeah, it's going to be this huge power struggle. It's going to be like a mob movie, like kind of like something Martin Scorsese would put out. Except Martin Scorsese hates superhero movies. So.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I need some more. I need some more leaks, please. Anyway, we did have rumors at one point that a version of Clayface was going to show up in it. Not like, but like a character in the comics who was Clayface at one point is going to be in it, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be Clayface. But a character by that name will be in it. We had that. We talked about it last year at some point.
Yeah, we also talked about it in our Clayface Extra Brief episode.
Shameless plug.
So you gotta check that out.
Exactly. And speaking of Batman stuff, HBO Max has canceled Pennyworth: The Origin of Batman's Butler, showing on for 4 seasons, which is actually
with a title like that, I'm surprised.
They shouldn't. Well, it was just Pennyworth until they changed it last year to Pennyworth: The Origin of Batman's Butler, because no one knew that.
What's a Pennyworth? What is a Pennyworth?
I do know people that have watched this show and they enjoyed it. I heard it was weird. It was really weird. But I mean, it focused on Alfred, and then you also had Thomas Wayne in the show, Martha Wayne.
Mm-hmm. I heard there was a couple of weird things about. I don't fully know what, but I heard I heard Mr. Freeze was in it, or not the actual Victor Freeze, but his father or something. I heard that. But I don't know anything else. I honestly this is the thing I should check out at some point. I just don't have like the interest at the moment. Interesting.
And speaking of, gosh, I can't believe I'm about to read this. Speaking of, I'm not even going to transition. CW's Gotham Knights. As if the game Gotham Knights wasn't already terrible. It had the villains of the Court of Owls as their villains. Yeah. Main villains. Season 1 of the CW's Gotham Knights will be the Court of Owls.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They're copying the game, but it's going to be so much worse. Oh my god. I'm gonna hate watch the show. I think I told you I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna hate watch it.
Oh, Abbott and Velma, don't do that.
Well, this is CW, and CW at least has some good things. I'm just gonna hate watch this. I honestly want to really just watch it to see Harvey Dent and see how they do him, because he's not done too much in live action. And then I will see the Court of Owls, because I'm gonna compare them to Gotham's Court of Owls and see which is better. Which is probably going to be Gotham's. And then Gotham. Because they had a whole season dedicated to the Court of Owls.
Yeah, then compared to the Gotham Knights, the game Court of Owls.
No, jeez. That game probably wins. But let's get on to the stuff we actually want to talk about, which is James Gunn's announcements for part of Chapter 1 of the DCU, which is titled Gods and Monsters. I was beyond hyped for this announcement to happen. I was giddy, waiting until 12 o'clock. I was in the shower. I get back and Landon's missed calls, messages. I'm like, oh, what?
I was like, sorry.
And I get on. And then I was there as they all trickled onto Twitter. And we're going to talk. We're going to talk about it in order that he does in the video, and in the description of this on YouTube, I will put the link to the video if any of you want to watch it if you haven't already. With that being said, let's go ahead and start with the first project that is going to be coming in the DCU, which is Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Before this, he did mention, but real quick, before we get into this, he did mention that the Flash movie will reset some things. It resets the universe. Some actors will stay and some will leave. He said, I'm almost certain that Zachary Levi is going to be staying as Shazam. Like a few actors, but maybe Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that much of that. I don't think Ezra's staying as Flash. I think that's just a little bit too much bad publicity. But we'll see. And then I think that's everyone that's staying. Blue Beetle will be staying. I know that for a fact because Blue Beetle is not connected to anything. And James Gunn talked. It made it sound like he's tying that in. And it's kind of like the unofficial entry, if you will.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure about Aquaman either, or Jason Momoa. That's confusing.
I'm still the whole Flash thing, so it is supposed to
it's resetting it, but like it's like a half reset, sort of. Like some characters are staying, some are not.
Gotcha.
So that's the way it is, and I think the reason they're doing that is because they want to transition from the Snyderverse era into the James Gunn era, with it still being sort of one story, but now they're changing direction.
I'm mad that Ezra still has a job. I'm really...
Well, we don't know that yet. And I don't think they would keep him because of bad publicity.
They really want to. I feel like they do.
The execs want to, but guess who doesn't have any say in the matter?
Ezra.
And the execs. But all right, yes, but Creature Commandos, a 7-episode animated series based off, this is the plot of it, by the way. It is based off of a team of monsters being put together for a Black Ops mission by Amanda Waller. This is because she's not allowed to do this. The Task Force X, remember, got leaked at the end of Peacemaker Season 2.
Yeah.
Now, this is her kind of new way of doing Task Force X without... I guess we're doing this in secret, a Black Ops thing. The team on the image, I have their names here. Rick Flag Sr., he is a new character. He's not in the original team in the comics, but he's in it. Now, this is from left to right on the image. So if anyone wants to look at the image, you'll see it's Rick Flag Sr. He's a normal guy. A female version of a monster named Bogman, which is kind of like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Dr. Phosphorus, who's like this orange, black skeletal monster. He's actually a Batman character. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, who will be the main character of the show.
I'm hyped for Frankenstein. See him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. GI Robot and Weasel.
This will be awesome. I'm happy to see Weasel again.
Yeah, and Sean Gunn is going to be playing Weasel, or making noises for Weasel if you want to.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And they did talk about that characters who voice these people in animation, characters will move into animation, out of animation, and the same people that play them in voice them in animation will be playing them in live action. So you keep that sort of. It's obviously like if you had two different people playing them, then you kind of be like, this doesn't do it for me like the animated one does.
Oh yeah,
or something like that. So now you're gonna have the same person. You have that voice, and I think that's that's kind of a smart choice there. They're casting somebody that looks the part and can sound the part. Really, it's like just casting the character in general. Like if they would cast live action, it's just now they're also gonna voice that character.
I'm back and forth in a way because like, I don't know how to word it, but like. I mean, there are actors out there that are really good voice actors as well. Mm-hmm. Like Neil Patrick Harris, for example. I think he's good with doing Spider-Man
and another example of this real quick would be What If, right? You have the stars from the movies voicing themselves in the show. Yeah. Some of them, like Dave Bautista, Drax, I think.
Well, see, that's another example there. Like, I don't think Sebastian Stan's like a really good voice actor.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when.
Who are you, the Queen of England? Sorry, that's a line. I hate that line.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But I mean,
but anyone else, it kind of would have been.
But I mean, I don't know if James. I mean, if James is focusing on getting someone that can do voice acting and act regular, then
Yeah. 7 episodes, though, animated series. I expect each episode to be pretty long, 45 minutes maybe. But yeah, Creature Commandos being the first one there. The second DCU project. These are the first two are kind of like appetizers, is what they've been called by James Gunn, that lead into the big stuff, which starts in just a minute. The next one is Waller. A TV series set about Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, who will team up with Team Peacemaker. The show is being created by Crystal Henry, who did The Watchmen show, and Jeremy Carver, who created Doom Patrol, the show. It'll take place in between Peacemaker season 1 and 2, as season 2 has been put on hold. Yeah, but the way he talked about the show, he said he seems like he's really excited about it. He kind of started like laughing when he said this is like an out of this world story and stuff. I'm like, yeah, he seems excited.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows something crazy will happen with that.
Yeah, and I mean, you get the person who created the Doom Patrol show, which is like that show. All I gotta do is just say you need to go find that clip. I didn't know the clip I'm talking about.
I know it's right. I know.
Yeah. I'm interested. Team Peacemaker. I think Peacemaker's going to be in it. John Cena.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll get Harcourt back. Diebeard, Economos. That was what he called him, right? Diebeard.
Yeah, Diebeard. Yeah.
And then what's the other one? It's not Myrn. Myrn died. He was a butterfly.
Yeah.
What's that girl's name? We're going to see Waller's daughter, 100%.
Yeah.
Obviously, Waller show of dope.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name. I know she had a wife, but I don't remember her name.
Was it? Did she have a wife, or did she have was that her girlfriend?
It might have been a girlfriend, actually. Yeah, you're right.
I can't remember.
Amanda Waller daughter. Adebayo, that was her name. Adebayo. Yeah. I'm ready. Anything for more. I'm so happy that the James Gunn universe, all Suicide Squad stuff is still canon.
Oh yeah, no, I am too.
And now they'll be able to tie it in a little bit into the bigger universe. But yeah, that is the second project in the DCU.
Awesome.
All right, next up here is the first official big entry into the DCU, the thing that will start basically everything in the story, Superman Legacy. This is the big one. It's the one everyone was waiting for. It's a film being written and directed by James Gunn. So he has his vision for Superman, and he's going to see to it that Superman is right. That's what it seems like, the way he's describing it. He said that is set to release July 11th, 2025. It'll focus on Clark Kent, who is going to be 25 years old, trying to balance his Kryptonian heritage with his human life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a little bit younger Superman, 25. It's not too young. A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, perfect age, and I'm cool with it. It's not, when he said young, I'm thinking like, oh, he's literally like 20 years old or 21 years old.
25. Comes out 2025, summer movie, but I guarantee this could be pushed back. Normally dates like this are pushed back. Like the Batman 2 has a possibility of being pushed back, but then again, I don't know.
I think we're fine on. But I think James Gunn knows what he wants to do.
And he is currently writing it. We know that. He says he's having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, so I don't think we have to worry. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm ready. First year ever, I think, that we're getting a Batman and Superman movie in the same year.
Yeah. When was the last time that happened?
Never.
Or has it never happened?
Never happened. This is history. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. More Superman. I know a lot of people are mad at Henry Cavill, blah, blah, blah. But
I don't care.
Yeah.
May I suggest I don't care?
Yeah, I'm so happy that DC is being prepared for. Such a bad thing to have to say, but I mean, it's true. Next up here is something that
you're terrible. I'd say you're a terrible person. How dare you? How dare you want DC to be good? How dare you?
I would love DC to. I heard a lot of people saying that DC shouldn't be doing this whole cinematic universe like Marvel. I'm like, well, it was already kind of doing that. It just wasn't doing it well. Now it can do it well. A lot of people are mad and said, no, it doesn't have to be connected, all this stuff. I'm like, but then it'd just be kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be tired of having this one movie that like, doesn't connect to anything besides like its sequel. Like the Batman is kind of different in the case that we already knew that was separate when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a good thing we're getting the cinematic universe because I want to see some of these characters interact with each other.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And next up here is a show I'm actually pretty excited for, Lanterns.
Yeah.
Show about Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart that is described as true detective with a couple of Green Lanterns watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a horrifying mystery that connects to the overall story of the DCU. Multiple other Lanterns will appear as well.
Okay.
Now, this horrifying mystery.
The concept. The show, or I was going to talk about like, the concept he showed for that show looked incredible.
Yeah, I think that's from a comic book. It was from a comic, yeah.
Well, I know that, but I mean, like,
but most of the stuff he's doing, he shows off the pictures of the comic book. That's what he's getting inspired from.
Yeah, I saw that. Those outfits Hal and John were wearing.
Mm-hmm.
I really want them to wear.
Yeah, they look really good. I want Hal Jordan with the beard.
Yep.
Chris Pratt. Anyway, let's see. So, so this horrifying mystery that connects to the story. This screams out Blackest Night.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, you had your lanterns. I mean, that connects that. The horrifying mystery. Horrifying. Like I mean, there's nothing scarier in the DC universe than the Death Lanterns. People that can resurrect dead heroes from the grave and dead people to turn them into lanterns. The Blackest Night, if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. You don't even have to know anything happened previously. It's just a fantastic book. It's very good. And I highly recommend reading it if you haven't. I'm hyped for the show. The Lanterns deserve some love.
It's been a rough couple of years for Green Lantern fans.
It's been a rough couple of years for Green Arrow fans as well. It's been a rough decade.
I had Arrow. What did Green Lantern fans have?
Green Lantern.
Yeah. And
yeah. That's it.
Yeah. For proving my point.
We never had an Arrow movie though, which I do think is in the talks. We know he likes Green Arrow, James Gunn, and then this isn't all of Chapter 1, so I mean, I think it'll become that and Flash. Lanterns. I'm excited.
Very, yeah.
Next up here is a project that almost no one knows. I mean, a decent amount of people didn't know what it was. Based off the Marvelous Wildstorm characters created by Jim Lee. The Authority.
Yeah.
This is a film about a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. It's basically The Boys, but in DC.
I like the sound of
that. They're a bunch of messed up people.
Yeah.
And let me look up. I don't know much about The Authority other than what I did research. I kind of looked in. I know their comics are selling out. Almost every comic book that they announced they're inspired by have sold out. It's kind of crazy. The Authority is also connected to the Wildcats, which is another team of DC characters.
Yes, I do. I do have some Wildcat comics.
Yeah, so Wildcats are a branch off of the Authority.
Okay.
Grifter is one of the Wildcats, and he's commonly teams up with the Authority. I'm trying to see who the members are, because I was going to read that. The main character of the team is the Midnighter. Okay, here we go. You have... Oh, I lost it. It's gone. Okay, Apollo, Midnighter. And those two are in a relationship. Jenny Sparks. Okay, I'm reading this off of Wikipedia, which might not be the most reliable, but Jenny Sparks, Jenny Quantum, Doctor, and that's all of them, is it? Okay, I don't know how to find where the whole team is. This is not really doing me any good here, Google.
Definitely not.
Yeah, no, not at all. Even the DCFandom.com isn't helping me. You have characters like the engineer, Rainmaker, Deathblow, Freefall, Rose Tattoo is the name of a character as well. It's just like a lot of, and I 100% trust James Gunn to use the projects that no one knows about.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if Lantern, Peacemaker, and not Lanterns, Peacemaker and Guardians are any like saying that.
Oh yeah, I mean, any indication of what James Gunn is capable of, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Authority is a film that's happening, and after that is a show called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is a series about Paradise Island, which is Themyscira, the birthplace of Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. It is described as a Game of Thrones-ish series focusing on the political intrigue of a nation inhabited solely by women. So what the world thinks of this and what they're trying to, kind of like a Black Panther-esque kind of thing, right? With the world trying to like, oh, what is this Wakanda? We need to go in. We need to get in here. We need to see what they're hiding and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That sort of kind of reminds me of that. This is the one I'm not 100% sold on, but like I'm interested.
I'm told if they do this one thing, I want them to do.
I know exactly.
Yeah. I'm 100% sold. I want to see James doing that because I will laugh like crazy. I think it's actually funny. They did. I can't believe that's actual lore.
Yeah. And if some people don't know what we're talking about, look it up. You'll figure it out. Next up is the one that I assume we're going to have the most to talk about. The Brave and the Bold, a film about Batman and his son Damian Wayne. Batman will be a few years older than Superman in the DCU. That was confirmed today. He'll be older. He'll be older than Superman. And this film will establish the Bat family in the DCU. They're starting off with Damian because Nightwing and Red Hood both already exist.
So Batman's okay. So let me think here.
They're starting off kind of like in the middle. We're going past. We've gone past Red Hood and Nightwing. Nightwing, they both exist. So they'll probably be in the movie. Batgirl is I put a question mark because Batgirl would exist, right?
At this point, yes.
Well, would she be Oracle now? When did this? Okay, Jason Todd happened before Batgirl, right?
Jason Todd happened before Batgirl.
Okay, Nightwing happened after she because Nightwing and her were like, or Robin, when he was Robin, they were kind of a team, right?
Yes.
And so I would assume he turned to Nightwing after she got paralyzed. I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking we'll see Oracle and nods to her past as Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
And any more members of the Bat? I want Ace. Give me Ace the Bat Hound in live action, please.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Give me. You know what? Give me the Bat Cow.
Yeah.
Bat Cow.
Bat Cow. Yeah, we need some Bat Cow.
And this also means we're beginning a new Alfred in live action.
Yeah, who you think should play Alfred?
I don't know. I like most of the Alfreds that we have, so I mean, I'm not against any old British man.
I'm not against any old British man.
Yeah. Yeah. Once I found out about the whole Bat family thing, I was instantly a lot more excited for this movie.
Yeah.
Live action Nightwing just sounds like a dream to me.
I know it does too. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, I'm curious who you think the villain might be for this. I think
Ra's. I mean,
I was thinking the League. Yeah, I was thinking that, or at least Talia shows up. Talia will be in the movie.
Talia's in the movie. Damien's in the movie. Talia and
Ra's could be in the movie, but not the villain. He could be a villain later. He could be a villain later.
I mean, I don't know. You got Damien. I mean, I'm not saying Damien's here, so it has to be.
I mean, you got Damien's a little assassin. Batman has to throat knock in line.
How do you have an exact age? Do we know
of Damien?
No, of Bruce. Because
no, they said he's a couple years. It says a couple years older than 25. So I assume he's in the 25 to 30 range. So he's a little bit younger. Damien must be pretty young. Unless he had Damien. I don't know. And then again, Batman could be.
Because I have a hard time believing.
How old is Damien in the books? Let me see.
I want to say he's like 12 or 13.
Damien Wayne 8. He's 14. And Robin Volume 3 and New 52.
Okay.
I mean, so Batman, if he's 30, he would have. Jeez, in this.
I'm trying to think of like with Nightwing and Red Hood, all that happening.
I mean,
so is Jason Red Hood? Is Jason just got beat?
I'm not sure. Batman's got to be old, or I don't think he's. I think when he said a couple years, I think he's going to be in his 30s. And he's going to have had Damien.
Because let's just assume. I'm trying to think of like any possible way that would work. Because I'm guessing he took Dick Grayson in. Because I always imagine Dick Grayson being like a teenager.
Tim Drake is also not stated in this at all.
So I guess.
I mean, unless Red Robin does show up. Red Robin could.
Well, I feel like he would have mentioned Red Robin.
Well, I mean, Tim Drake turns into Red Robin, though.
I'm saying. I feel like they would have mentioned Red Robin. Yeah. But I guess Tim just does not exist. Or are they doing him later?
Yeah. I'm also curious who would play Batman. I have a choice in mind that I'm advocating for. I'm not going to stop advocating for it because I think it's perfect. Because they want to do the whole animation to live action animation, all that whole thing.
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles has already voiced Batman, and he looks part, and he's said many times that he really wants to play Batman. He's already voiced Batman. He voiced Red Hood in the animated Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, go for it.
Give the women some eye candy and cast Jensen Ackles as Batman.
Yeah. Hey,
he's a father in real life too, so he would be able to do that father-son thing.
Yeah. I ain't against it.
Yeah, I'm ready. Brave and the Bold. I'm surprised they named the movie that. Brave and the Bold immediately reminded me of the animated show. And I was like, wait, no.
Dude, that was like the best encyclopedia as a kid. I love that show.
Yeah, Brave and the Bold was good. Next up is a series about Booster Gold. Series is about Michael John Carter, a loser from the future who uses future tech to travel back in time and become a superhero so people will love him. It is described as imposter syndrome as a superhero show. It will be an outright comedy show.
I almost say Glenn Howerton. That's not his name.
It's Glenn Howerton. It is Glenn Howerton. Well, you talking about the guy from Top Gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn Howerton.
No, that's
Glenn Howerton. Glenn Howard? Glenn. It's got to be Glenn Howerton, right? Isn't it? Or is it the guy from?
Glenn Howerton.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know his name. I feel like he has the exact same name.
I know.
Glenn Howard.
Look up Hanging Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
He plays it.
Top Gun Maverick. Glenn Powell. Oh.
Powell.
Gosh, yes. Glenn Powell would be unless someone wanted to cast him as Hal Jordan, in which case I also wouldn't be mad. But
hey, I did that for my ranking. I'm just gonna throw it out.
But I think that I think he would make the perfect. Him or Chris Pratt. Both. I need both. They could both play the exact same two characters.
Yeah, they could. During an interview recently
he did. He said he wants to play Booster Gold, and we know that James Gunn has apparently met with people about playing the role, and I think he might be one. I also think if that happens, because Booster Gold's best friends with Ted Kord, which is the original Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
and I think you cast the guy who played Brewster's son in Top Gun Maverick to play Blue Beetle or Ted Kord.
Yeah, freaking golly, what's his name?
He played in Fantastic Four, Fantastic.
Yeah, he also was in Whiplash with J.K. Simmons. That's a good
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, yeah.
Yeah, cast him, man. As Ted Cord. He'd do it. He's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have thought so watching Fantastic, but I mean,
yeah, he's a Miles Teller's a great actor.
Top Gun Maverick is excellent. Probably one of my favorite movies of last year.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was one of the best.
And me being a person who had just watched the first Top Gun like a week before, thought I'd almost cried. But I think I did cry watching this movie at one point. I don't remember when. I think it was towards the end when I thought one of them died. It was like this whole thing, but then it was like, oh, he's not dead. Like, oh, he is dead. Oh no, he's not dead.
Yeah, going back and forth. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was
like, stop it, please.
That was a good movie, honestly.
Yeah, it really was. Yes, Booster Gold show. That's the one show, and you recall I was like, I hope we get something Booster Gold. Now Spellman was like, ugh, Booster Gold, and I was like, shut up.
Shut up, John. Freaking loser. On that.
James Gunn came out and said that one of his favorite runs of comics in the last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So they're going to turn that into a giant sci-fi epic film. The film will be about Kara Zor-El, who grew up on a chunk of Krypton, where she saw everyone she ever loved die in horrible ways as she grew up. She will be a much more jaded and dark character and will be willing to do things that Superman normally would. A much more different take on Supergirl.
Yeah.
The kind of not opposite of Superman, but the one that would go get something done that Superman wouldn't. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, I hope kind of Superman. I don't know how to word it, but like, yo, chill out, type of thing. Because I mean, I don't think Superman would be comfortable with his cousin doing that.
Yeah, a fight between. Oh, hold on. Fight between Supergirl and Superman. I'm interested to see how those two movies tie in.
How old would Supergirl be?
I don't know how the route they're going to go. She's going to be younger than Superman.
So you think 18?
Yeah, she's probably going to be around that. Yeah. In the show Supergirl, which is different on the CW, they kind of did. She was older than Kal-El, baby Superman, sent off on the pod to Earth, right? And then Kara, who was like 6, I think, at the time, got in her own pod and left. And she got stuck in a temporal zone, kind of like I think it was the Phantom Zone, like was like messing up, and it sucked her in, and she was stuck there. And so Kal-El got to Earth, and he grew up, and then she got spit back out and landed on Earth. And when she got there, Superman was already fully fledged superhero. He's 10 years older than her.
Yeah.
Or no, she was still a kid when she got there. Sorry, and Superman was already grown.
I thought she was like a teenager.
Well, she may have. I don't remember the exact age she was, but I know Superman was already grown up as Superman, and she just landed when that happened. So she's a decent amount younger than her cousin. But I'm interested in this. This is a different take on Supergirl, and I'd be happy to see it. Like, floating around on a chunk of Krypton all alone.
I mean, luckily she didn't really realize it, but
maybe Lobo will show up in this and save her.
Hey,
hey kid.
Hey kid.
I'm smoking a cigar. Oh gosh.
You're right. That's exactly something Lobo would say.
It is. And then finally, we have Swamp Thing. Film about Alec Holland and the origins of the monster that is Swamp Thing. It will be a horror film, and in talks to direct is James Mangold, the director of Logan and Indiana Jones 5.
Del Toro was interested. I guess
I think he's just interested, but apparently James Mangold's the one who talks. Del Toro, I would see more of doing a Justice League Dark movie if they ever do that, which it does seem like they're kind of setting up. They're starting this early with Swamp Thing. They're definitely going to go into his whole Rot World story, which is a big crossover in the comics. Animal Man might show up. This is the case. Which Animal Man will be a horror movie. That him turning into like the shapes of animals while still maintaining like a human look is really disturbing.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and that is the first part of the new DCU. He's in good hands.
We are in good hands.
Finally,
our Lord and Savior James Gunn.
Yes, thank you, James. Love you, James. But yeah, I'm actually after I got this and I was like, it's just part of chapter 1. I was like, I want to see the rest of chapter 1. It's an 8 to 10 year story, and it's going to be 2 chapters long. And then who knows? James Gunn could keep going after. If it ends up doing well, which I think it will.
Yeah,
he seems like he's really relying on the comics for this, which is a thing that I'm really happy about. Marvel doesn't really do that too much.
Kevin thinks it's 616. I don't.
Well, I mean, if you got the shows that have the barcodes, you scan them, you get a free comic book to read, which is cool. I mean, but no one's gonna watch a show like that for a comic book when they go see like a thing at the end, like, pick up this book. They understand, like, oh, cool, I should do that, and they'll go and buy it online and they'll read it.
Yeah.
And I heard like all the books have sold out apparently. Like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, book that came out last year, is going for I think $78 on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
Just crazy to me. And let me see what the other numbers were because I want to say this right. Also, we did get some logo leaks. Did you see those? I did.
Yeah, Superman one looks awesome. Classic Superman.
Yeah, you got Brave and the Bold's the only one I'm like, I think they're going to change that. But all of these could change again because Marvel changes their stuff a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Mention as well the fact that what's the word I'm looking for? What word am I looking for here? Never mind. Well, just like their prototype words, or not words, but they're prototype logos. You know,
they're like comic book. They're comic book logos. Is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is going for $98. Yeah, well, this is not ILS, which actually this is a different. I don't know if this is US or not. Maybe it is. I don't know. It looks like it is. Batman by Grant Morrison, which is what the Brave and Bold is based off, is $146.36.
Woo!
And All Star Superman $67, which is what Superman is based off of.
I'll just.
And Swamp Thing is based off of the comic Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore.
Okay.
Spillman says is a really good book.
Yeah,
but it's more supernatural. Or more. I forgot what word you said, but apparently it's good. He's very excited about it.
Yes,
he's happy his boy's finally getting some attention. Swamp Thing. I'm like, well, but my boy, Green Arrow, where's his attention?
I know, which is I find kind of interesting. I swear, I think James Gunn.
It's going to happen. I think in chapter 1 it will happen. But probably Green Arrow and Black Canary movie because that's what everyone's thinking about.
Talking about. I gotcha.
But
we're in good hands.
Yeah.
DC's in good hands. So.
And that's the end of the DC news.
Yeah.
And then I heard a little bit of gaming. You want to talk about that Marvel's Wolverine real quick?
Yes, I do. Marvel's Wolverine is aiming for, rumor has it, by Jeff Grubb. Marvel's Wolverine is going for a mature tone, so an M rating. And
it's basically like an R rating for...
R rating for video games, thoughts on that real quick?
100% could be an M rating.
Yeah, should be. They mentioned a point of Wolverine's claws are meant to dismember. So we're not going to hold back. It's pretty much what Omniac Games is saying.
I'm ready.
Second thing is this takes place before the X-Men are even a group. The game.
Well, before he's joined in the X-Men.
Before he's joined in the X-Men, yeah, should be more.
So the X-Men actually could technically. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we might see him at the end of this.
Yeah, maybe he joins up.
I don't know if they have the rights to do X-Men. If they have the rights to do Wolverine, maybe I don't know.
Surely.
At least let Gambit show up in the game.
Yeah, have Gambit. Yeah, or Gambit or Cyclops come up and offer him like, hey, you want to join our team?
Yeah, and I think the boss battles in this game are going to be crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, there's definitely gonna be a boss battle with like Cyclops
Sabretooth or Sabretooth.
Yeah, Sabretooth. Yeah,
I think he'll definitely be in the game.
What about Juggernaut? You think he's gonna be in there?
Juggernaut. I would love Juggernaut.
Yeah, I would too.
That'd be awesome. Do you have the other thing too about the world?
The world.
That the game is going to be semi-open world, like like God of War.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that. I'm like world. I'm like, what do you mean, like world? Like, what kind of world are you talking about? Yeah, the game's supposed to have many things. It's supposed to be linear open world, similar to Jeffrey described as God of War, which I'm down for.
Not every game needs to be a big open world thing, otherwise it would start to get stale.
Wolverine's not known for his mobility. So,
yeah. So, I guarantee we're gonna have some places where we're wandering the Canadian wilderness.
That's gonna be like next to like these lakes and all that, man. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that look beautiful.
It's gonna look incredible.
Ready. And the release date too. That was another thing you got to talk about. Or release year.
Yeah, so they're aiming for a late 2024, so basically a year from when Spider-Man comes out, or 2025.
Yeah, there's a possibility of being delayed.
Yeah. Thoughts on that? I mean,
hey, I'm so happy we're getting information.
I found that being pretty crazy. It is.
They're working on it right now, though.
Yeah, we're going right now.
And I want to know some voice actors. We got that one little kind of nugget of a hint from Troy Baker that he's doing something for the game. We don't know what. I don't know if it's voicing Wolverine, because I don't know if I could see him doing that. I mean, he voiced Joel, but I don't think I want Wolverine to sound like Joel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he might be voicing the villain.
Yeah, and now who would the villain be? Sabretooth?
Not the main villain, no. Not Sabretooth. I mean, no, not Sabretooth. I don't know. I don't know any Wolverine films.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, Silver Samurai, Sabretooth, Omega Red. Those are kind of like the A-listers.
William Stryker, the guy who created Wolverine.
Maybe the Professor. Lady Deathstrike.
The Professor? You talking about like Professor X?
No, not Professor. I should have been more like.
I was about to say, you tell me Troy Baker's voicing Professor X.
Troy Baker could voice Cyclops. I kind of just thought about that.
That's true.
So it's just, I don't know.
Hulk. Oh,
dude, Troy Baker comes as Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm. And you got the Hulk because you classic Wolverine versus Hulk.
That's gonna happen.
That'd be awesome. But then again, that means they didn't have the rights for the Hulk. But, I think they might. I mean, I don't know.
I can do
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm ready.
I am too.
I need this. I think Omega Red actually might have a chance of being the main villain. Now that I think about it,
if Troy Baker's in it, I want to say we're gonna get Cyclops, because I can't imagine them getting Troy Baker to do like a villain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. I need this game now. And hey, if it's possibly coming out next year, we could be getting another teaser or another little trailer for it, kind of like we did with Spider-Man. But I mean, a little bit later on, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. What you're thinking. I want Spider-Man stuff though right now. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm thirsty for that. Please.
That PlayStation Showcase has to be happening. This marketing is too crazy for it not to be.
I know, I was going to be one of my news of them teasing right now. Yuri Lowenthal, Tony Todd, and Najee Jr.
Yeah, I saw Tony Todd's tweet where he was like #Venom, hashtag beware.
Yeah, say my name, #Venom, and I'm just like that was a Breaking Bad reference right there. Was like, oh my god,
I think it's gonna go. You know how each game has like the be greater, be yourself, like that kind of thing. It's gonna be #be greater, #be yourself, #beware.
#beware. I saw this cool theory on Reddit of it has to be better. It's gonna be responsible or whatever, and involving involving the blacks.
That would be a really good one.
Yeah, I saw that one. I was like,
or we could go the Kratos route and it could be #be better.
Be better. So I was like, one's like, be ruthless, be powerful. Like,
that'll be good.
I'm excited, man. That's gonna be game of the year. Not no dang Starfield. You can get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah. Let me pull up my screenshot for this thing I also have. Here it is. Samoa Joe, in a new interview with WrestleZone, gave a small update on the Suicide Squad game, and also an update on the Twisted Metal series, which he's supposedly been cast in. And I want to see real quick. I'm going to look it up real fast, just to see if we know who he's playing. Let's see, Twisted Metal, which comes out this year, I think, right? He says it'll be here sooner than people expect.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember seeing any.
Samoa Joe. Oh, okay. Wait. Yep, Samoa Joe will be playing Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal.
I knew it. I was all like, I figured that's who he's playing. Yeah.
But Will Arnett is going to be voicing Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, I saw that.
Samoa Joe's going to be playing him.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that, man.
I forgot Thomas Hayden Church is also going to be in it.
Yeah, freaking Thomas Hayden Church is going to be in it. Who plays
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie's going to be in it.
Yeah. I'm excited. But let me read what he said about Suicide Squad and Twisted Metal. He said, I know this. I know there will probably be more stuff coming out very much sooner than later. There's a lot that I want to tell you that I can't say anything about. But yeah, there'll be some pretty cool announcements, and I guarantee some surprises that'll surprise a lot of the fans with what's popping up in the game. Like I said, it's Rocksteady Studios. They did all the Arkham games, which are amazing. Based on what I've seen, they haven't let up for this game. I'm really excited about it. For me to be able to talk about it freely and not worry about these NDAs. And then he said for Twisted Metal, he said, I can say this. I would imagine it's closer than a lot of people would expect. Yet again, another project I'm really excited to see the light of day, and I think a lot of fans will enjoy it. I wouldn't be too impatient because I think a lot of those announcements and stuff are on the horizon, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Very, very hopefully. No, man, I'm excited. A little worried. I know it's Rocksteady. The last DC game I got was very disappointing. But I know it's a different.
You said the last DC game?
Yeah.
Gotham Knights, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
For some reason, my mind went straight to the Super Pets game, but I know you didn't get that. That's where my mind went straight to. I was like, did you get that?
Oh, God, Landon. You did get that? Well, I guess the last two DC games in a row have not really been, Rocksteady made that game. Wouldn't that be something? But no, I'm a little back and forth, but because it's similar to Gotham Knights with it being like the whole multiplayer thing and all that. So
yeah.
So I don't know, but I mean, I'm gonna get Rocksteady. I'm sure probably won't let me down. They never have, so I will. Oh, with Arkham Knight maybe, but
yeah. A little bit, but I still enjoyed Arkham Knight.
I just don't. That's an extra beef. I'm just going to leave it there. That's an extra.
We did kind of review it on extra beef at one point.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Well, that's a retrospective. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yep. And yeah. With that being said, that's all I have. That's all you have.
That's all I got.
All right, we'll go ahead and get ready to end this off. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Yeah. This was all around really good week for news. A lot of good stuff, exciting stuff for every category here. I'm trying to think. Like I said, go check out the Arkham Files. Go check out our Marvel's Avengers retrospective we did with John Spillman. Go check out our streams. I was doing Dead Space. I'm doing the Arkham Asylum game. And yeah, I think that's about everything. Go and get out of here. Thank you all so much for listening. If you have any questions, comments, reactions, or concerns, you can contact me on Instagram at DarienH4404, and that's DARIENH4404, or on Facebook at the Comic Burrito official page, or on Instagram again at the Comic Burrito _official, or on Twitter at the CB Burrito, capital C, capital B, capital B, and Burrito.
Yeah, you can contact me at Spider_Landon on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Very interactive over there, and love talking to fans and different opinions on comics, games, and many more.
Yeah. And that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Excelsior!